Caution. The following may contain non-politically correct language. Tongue twister. Non-politically correct language. Viewer discretion is advised.
Well, if you're ready for beautiful, natural-looking, easy-to-apply nails, 3 colored in 7 luscious hues, just...
Our impulses are being redirected. We are living in an artificially induced state of consciousness that resembles sleep.
Oh, goddamn hacker, that second damn knife that asshole's cutting.
The movement was begun 8 months ago by a small group of scientists who discovered, quite by accident, these signals being sent through...
For those of you that have been with my channel for any length of time should know that by now, when I mention common denominator, the common denominator, you should know what I'm talking about. But if you don't, you will by the time this video is wrapped up. That's a wrap. Because I just discovered recently a channel. She's not only a looker, but she's very smart, and she addresses the common denominator problem. And it is a problem. It's a big problem. All right? And we're about to take a look at her channel and then some nifty clips. All right? On the other side of this introduction to the shock treatment. Some of you may know who this is, but a lot of you may not. This looker right here is Lily Gaddis. She has a YouTube channel called The Lily Gaddis Show. And how she's allowed to get away with this when I couldn't even get away with 1/10 of what I was talking about 4 years ago, talking about COVID, how it's a scam, it's a hoax. They would give me strikes. They took down 3 out of 4 of my channels. I mean, I couldn't even talk about chemtrails. They would give me strikes. But she gets away with, okay, she gets away with it. Maybe YouTube ScrewTube has gone a little lax after Susan Wojcicki croaked after, I think, didn't the son of someone take the quaxine? Didn't she take it and they're no longer with us? Something like that. She was, I think, the CEO or whatever of YouTube. But whoever's in charge, they're a little lax. Maybe they're just doing this to watch what we have to say before they clamp down again. I don't know. But you might want to subscribe to the Lily Gaddis, Gaddis show. And this isn't racist, all right? This is realist, all right? 13% of the population, she'll say 14%. It might have crept up a percent. I don't even know. To me, it's like 55%, maybe 60%, but whatever. I mean, it's based on where I'm at the time. But with that said, she's addressing this problem that I have talked about. When I see constantly my news feed, wherever I go on the internet, I constantly see one batch of people that are causing a bulk of the problems. So much so that they're even killing each other in the cities, right? Like Chicago, for instance. I'm sure Baltimore and New York. This is one group of people that, and it's, let me clarify, there are good people of this persuasion or this color. All right, there are. We're not talking about those, but we are talking about a segment of the population that is 13%. She'll say 14%. I'm not brushed up on my statistics on that. Okay, but it's a small percentage of our population. It's just like the confused gender community. What is it? 1/3%, but yet Dylan Mulvaney on Budweiser cans. You got Planet Fitness that's gone woke and allows men to be in women's bathrooms. 1/3% is allowed to have carte blanche and do whatever they want to do. It's just a 30% the confused gender community. But yet, that's all we saw. Tranny hour and all this, right? Causing a lot of problems, too. Well, the same thing here. This is 13% of the population causing at least half of the crimes in our country. And in Western countries, because ever since these New World Order POSs allowed their borders to be open in Western countries, it's been flooded by, mostly, from third world countries, and they're causing problems. Big problems. Not little problems, huge problems. All right? you got to be living under a rock, aka watching fake news, not to know this. Again, let me say, there are good black people. There are. Candace Owens is one of them. You might think it's controlled opposites or whatever. Not only is she a looker, she's a good person. There are plenty of people that I know. Doctor of Common Sense is another one. Smart guy, conservative, Christian. We're not talking about that. We're talking about POSs like this. And from such a small segment of the population, they cause at least half the problems. Now, if you don't like this fact, is it a fact or factoid, whatever, then do something about it. Address your community, as Anthony Brian Logan. Oh, is that another black person that I follow who's fine and upstanding and conservative? And he's not a Christian, but I mean, I think he's was raised in that environment, but he's still like, he's kind of sort of not doesn't know, or he kind of sort of leans that way, kind of like Salty Cracker. Not Christians, but yet they seem to have some kind of shades of Christianity about them. But regardless, they're good people. All right? Anthony Brian Logan, a good person. And Candace Owens, and Doctor of Common Sense. People like that. We're not talking about those people. However, this batch of people that there are good people in come from that community. There are good people that come from that community. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the rest of the batch, which comes from this 13% of the population, which causes at least half of the crimes. And they wonder why they're in fucking prison. It's not the white man holding you down. All right? There's plenty of white people in prison. All right? Wiggers, we will call them. All right? Plenty. But if you look at what's the percentage of whites in this country? What's the percentage of Asians in this country? What's the percentage of others? What's the percentage of blacks? Blacks that comprise 13% of the United States population. She says 14%. That's splitting hairs. Create 50% at least of the crimes. If you don't like that, you need to educate your community, as Anthony Brian Logan would say, into being a better people. Maybe stop listening to crap rap. Go to church. Crack open the Bible. Something. But this is unsustainable, and people are sick and tired of it. Remember the black on Asian crimes? Remember that? Remember all the videos? I've shown you them over the years, if you're paying attention. BitChute, my subscribers, some of them paying attention. Just attacking elderly people, elderly women, Asians. I mean, what about, so much so that we had that, what was it called, rooftop Asians, where they were on top of roofs observing their communities or something like that, because it got so bad. And then you get on trains, like in New York City. I don't know what's up with New York City, but on the subway, you got groids, which is, I think, the scientific name, Negroid. I shorten it to groid. Caucasian. I'm not from the Caucasus Mountains, but people like us are called Caucasians. It is what it is. So when you see black people or groids, Negroids, acting a fool on the subway, and you don't see Asians doing this, they're sitting down, mind their own business. See white people always sitting down, mind their own business. That's not to say white people don't act a fool every now and then, but we're flooded with videos after videos all over the internet of them acting fools. Walmart, fucking restaurants, Target, you name it. You name it. This is not racist. This is addressing a problem. Stop turning a blind eye to it. If you turn a blind eye to this and want to deny that this is a problem, then you are part of the problem. You're part of the problem. Okay? This is being realistic. Facts. She's about to break it down, and then we'll show some further examples. Oh, man. This guy looks like Bruce Willis to me. This white guy looks like Bruce Willis. He reminds me of an older Bruce Willis. Now, I know this will cause some of you weak as water, so-called friends, so-called followers, so-called subscribers, probably delete. Probably on BitChute, because they'll probably like this content. But overall, some of you out there are probably going to remove yourself from the friends or subscriber or followers list. That just goes to show you what type of person you are. You're part of the problem. How are you getting offended at this? This is always the case. 99 out of 100 times, this is always the case. It's a black person accosting elderly white people, starting problems in the restaurant, at Wally World, Walmart, other places, wherever they may roam. All right? Now, it's people like this that are sick and tired of it. This guy looks like, to me, an older, like the older version of Bruce Willis. He just witnessed, along with all these, I'm going to call them sheeple, because they're sitting down. They're not standing up for what's right. He's the only one standing up for what's right. They're just the ones sitting down and witnessing this. He just accosted an elderly man, starting in with him. This one. He intervened. Now he wants to set his sights on him. It's just a fucking subway ride. Can't we all just get along?
Take him out. Take him out. You want to call the cops? You want the cops?
Cops! Cops! I got 100 witnesses saying cops threatened this old man right here.
What's up, folks? We are back again. A little bit of an intense video we're going to look at today. But again, this is what's going on in our country, so we have to discuss it. Again, sometimes I was saying this on Elijah's show, like, why do I keep having to talk about the Jays? Why do I have to keep talking about the blacks? Because every time you go onto your feed, it's another video of black violence, black crime, or just them degrading society in general. So it has to be discussed. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. This is a confrontation on a subway, always, a hot spot for these sorts of interactions, considering the density of one demographic that occupies those spaces quite frequently. You have the white people there sitting down, you got the Asians sitting down there quietly on their phones, minding their own business, and then you always manage to find a person of color.
Always.
Raising hell.
Always raising hell.
And
always.
trying to pick fights. Everybody,
fights.
there's no reason. If you've ever been on a subway, there's
that.
no reason why you should be picking a fight on a subway. No reason at all.
There's none.
Absolutely no reason at all. Okay? People are sitting there quietly. They're trying to get to work. They're trying to get home, whatever. And you always have one of these people, and every time it's these people. And they try to cause trouble, and they pick fights.
I've been showing you videos of this since I got on 4 years, whatever, on BitChute in particular. Been addressing this, because when I'm looking up the latest, I see this popping up. Boom, blah, 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 blah. This fast food, McDonald's. What was it? There was this black worker, teenage girl, I guess she was. I don't know if she was an adult, for like in her 20s or 30s, but I'm just saying. I think she was like late teens, maybe early 20s. I just saw it up in, I can't remember, was it Michigan or Wisconsin? Her manager, who worked at this particular McDonald's for 30 years, black woman, manager, doing a job. She lets this person go home early, right? Because they're not doing the business. How many of you worked at fast food out there? Ooh, me, Miss Carter. I worked friggin' fast food. Chick-fil-A in particular. There were times when they said, who wants to go home early? I mean, business is slow. If I needed the hours at the time, I'm quiet. Not me. I'd say not me. But if I didn't need them and I had other things I wanted to do, I'm out. Right? So this black girl, she says she was picked on. Right? Constantly picked on. She needed hours. Constantly, she claimed the manager was a biatch. Again, the manager's a black woman. black on black crime too. And so she claimed that the manager was bullying her because she's always making her go home early, some bullshit like that. So what does this black teenage girl or 20-something do? She says, oh, I'll be back. You're sending me to go home now, but I'll be back later on. She comes back around 8 o'clock with a knife and bludgeons the manager to death. Right there at McDonald's. Comes in through the back door. I guess it was open. I don't know why it was open, but sometimes it is. People throwing out trash, they prop it open, or a delivery truck. Because she was sent home early, and she felt like she was being picked on, being sent home early too many times. That was the solution, to go and kill her manager. Black manager at that, and a hard-working woman. 30-something years working there. Again, overall, 50% plus of the crimes committed by a minority of the population. 13%. That's what they say. 13%. I think the number's a lot higher, but whatever. We'll go with that number. She'll say 14%. Violence, violence, violence. Cars and clothes, money, hoes. Crap rap is part of the problem. Because, now, I listen to rap. I used to. I don't anymore, but I used to listen to it a lot. So what I listened to, I mean, I was young, and even in my 20s and 30s. Then I stopped. Because music in general, to me, got worse. But rap never was great. It was okay to begin with. It was goofy in the early 80s, but then it turned into violent with NWA. Got really violent, so it really turned into crap. But yet I still listened to it. But I never acted on it. I never let it get into my spirit where I act upon it and got violent and got all ghetto-minded and all that. I just listened to it for the beat, and I just took it with a grain of salt. All right, the rap, the lyrics, but I took it with a grain of salt. But if you happen to be a sheeple and you're weak, and you let that shit get in you, same thing with white people rock. Start worshiping the devil. People start worshiping the devil because a lot of rock is satanic. But I don't want to get into all that. I'm not saying don't have rap out there, but you got to be kind of weak to let that take hold of you and not and act upon it. Because to me, that goes with the culture, the rap, the pants on the ground, the ghetto culture. You know what I mean? And you got a lot of weak-minded white people that have adopted that mentality. We call them, it starts with a W, and I don't want to get into it. Let's just. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. It's this culture, but you can withstand it and not act upon it. You don't have to let this, F the police and pants on the ground and all this ghetto mindset take hold of you and take root where you act upon it. But a lot of these do act upon it. Happens to be a lot from the 13% of the population. This is realist. Not
right, and they find trouble where there is no trouble. That's the problem here. And we can go into why that's the case. Why is it always this kind of person that does that? Who knows? A discussion for another time, possibly off YouTube.
Same old phone?
Oh, commercial,
nah.
Great.
Upgrade to the new Galaxy Z Fold 7.
I hate commercials.
Is this kind of person that does that?
Why is it always this kind of person?
A discussion for another time, possibly off YouTube. Okay? We know why. But bottom line, this is what we have to deal with. So let's take a look at this video. It gets kind of aggressive, so I don't even know. I might have to clip out the more, like, the threats, because there are literally threats, like very violent threats made in this video. So I may have to clip that out. I'm not sure if YouTube will be okay with this, but we'll see. Anyway, let's get right into the video, shall we? So this is, again, a white guy being accosted. I believe he was taking up for another older person who was being assaulted by the same guy, but let's take a listen.
Now, what you about to do? I ain't doing shit. I'm doing shit but defending myself. Now you want to smack me in the face. I didn't because you want to come over here. I'm trying to tell you that you want to do. I'm going to stand right here. I'm gonna stand right here and laugh, and you just came over here and smacked me in the face. Did anyone see me smack him in the face? You just touched me. I did not smack you in the face. I'm standing on the subway like everybody else.
You want to call the cops for you.
I think you should just sit down.
Look for a place to sleep.
I don't give a fuck about cops. I just came home. 20
cops. What are New York City cops gonna do? I mean, they'll probably let him slide and probably get on to him if he does anything about it.
Father life. I killed my moms and dad. Are you proud? Are you proud of that? I am. Okay, well, congratulations. Good for you. You right now. Right now. In front of everybody. I'll your face off right now.
Does it make you mad?
I'll your face off right now. Let's get it shaking, boy. Let's get it shaking, boy.
He looks like an old Bruce Willis from here.
Take him out. Take him out. You want to call the cops? You want the cops?
I'll call the cops. Cops! I got 100 witnesses here saying cops threatening this old man right here. Telling him that if he touches him, you're
over and over and over again.
We all touch each other.
Black community, start calling out your own. Start calling this shit out.
You look good. I'll right now.
Start calling it out.
I don't like that. You're gonna not say that to me anymore. You hear me? Now what you gonna do? What you gonna do? I'm just telling you. What you gonna do? That you're gonna stop. You're gonna stop. What you gonna do?
Are you trying to threaten him?
I'm telling you, you ain't fucking me. That's what I'm telling you. You ain't nobody with me standing right here. That's what's happening.
I hear Bruce Willis in there. Here, Die Hard somehow.
You might
kind of looks like that.
Fuck off, but you ain't fucking nobody. You look great.
Nobody.
Okay.
This guy better be glad he didn't have a knife.
You can be gay. Gangster. Good! Everybody knows you're gangster now, so why don't you sit down and
everybody knows you're gangster, okay?
So we can all enjoy our ride home.
Wow. Well, that got pretty intense.
Oh, and I bet TikTok, I bet TikTok gave a big thumbs up to that, right? I mean, they should, as far as the white guy standing up for the other the elderly gentleman, but I mean, TikTok promotes this shit, violent shit, because TikTok took down 2 of my accounts with me just trying to talk about viruses and all that. They're like, in a lot of ways, they're like all these other like YouTube. They'll promote bad shit and then take down people that try and expose like the New World Order. I'm surprised they even let this one stay up of the white guy.
Doesn't that make you proud, though? Doesn't that make you proud when you see this person acting like that? Saying those things, just being a disgrace to humankind. And then you see that all of that violence, all of that hedonism, all of that disgustingness, when it butts up to a real man, when it butts up to a real white man, and you see
I know I'm interrupting again, but here's what I had to say, because I'm getting triggered here. For those of you that subscribe to my channel, or watch my videos or whatever over the years, when there was a lot of flash mob robbing in those libtarded cities. Remember, especially on the left coast, even in New York. But I said, and home invasions were increasing. We've seen videos about that. I said, these store owners, I said, or these shopkeepers, or these homeowners, they're gonna put their foot down. Enough's enough with this shit. They're getting sick and tired of it. I said, well, just you watch. You're going to see store owners or storekeepers, shopkeepers, defending the store against these robbers, these flash mob robbers, and these thieves, right? Which they weren't white, they weren't Asian, they were what we're discussing, right? I said, watch them take matters in their own hand, because the friggin' libtarded police, or these police in these libtard areas, are not doing shit about it. And sure enough, that's what happened. Store owners started defending their stores. Homeowners started defending their homes, or we started seeing an uptick in that. Because people are getting sick and tired of the law not getting enforced, especially in these libtard areas, and they're getting sick and tired of the increase in crime. A lot of it does happen to be in these libtard areas. Cities, in particular, which are overwhelmingly libtard. So now we have white people in general getting sick and tired of this 13%, the criminals of the 13%, committing over half the crimes, especially against whites, against Asians, against elderly, just against, and even against black on black. All this is ridiculous. But people getting tired of it. Tired of the fake white supremacy narrative, because it's fake. It's fake. It's no white supremacy. What year are you in? 1895? They want the pointy dunce cap, white hats back, pointy white hats back. What's white supremacy? Am I not white enough to get that supreme? I guess I've been held back by the man. I mean, it's all stupid. White supremacy is stupid. This all manufactured racism is stupid. It's all bullshit, all right? So people are getting tired of it. People getting tired of the crime. People getting tired. People are just tired in general of a lot of shit. But this in particular, big time. So this is being realist, not
real white man in all of his glory standing there. Like, no, you're not going to hurt anybody because I'm going to protect all of these people on here. Dude, that makes me feel so proud. Holy shit. That video honestly had the opposite reaction or effect on me. It made me be super proud of who I am, you know? And men don't get the credit that they deserve enough. And I'm not glazed. I'm trying not to glaze here. But it's hard not to glaze after you see a video like that. No fear. Fearless.
I don't know that. Try not to glaze. You try not to be a donut. Try not to glaze over something. What do you glaze? Have glazed eyes?
He's standing there, and you saw how the guy backed down too, because he knew. Ooh, he knew he had come up against a true force of power. I would say, you know, the slogan, but of course that's not allowed. You're allowed to say black power. You're allowed to say Mexican power, but I can't say my power. But we are saying it in spirit. We're saying, hey, listen, we're saying it in unison, okay? We fucking know what we're saying, all right? I know exactly what you're saying behind that screen. Me and you, all the commenters, we're all saying.
I want to see what she just said again.
But I can't say my power. But we are saying it in.
Hold on a second.
Reaction or effect on me. It made me be super proud of who I am, you know? And men don't get the credit that they deserve enough. And I'm not glazed. I'm trying not to glaze here. But it's hard not to glaze after you see a video like that. No fear. Fearlessly standing there. And you saw how the guy backed down too, because he knew. Ooh, he knew he had come up against a true force of power. I would say, you know, the slogan. But of course that's not allowed. You're allowed to say black power. You're allowed to say Mexican power. But I can't say my power.
It's true, man. What she's saying is facts. If you get offended at that, you're a jackass. You're a sheeple. If you're white and getting offended, you have white guilt. Whatever you are, I mean, it's just you're not being realistic. You're not being real. All right, they can do. This goes for anybody that gets away with all bullshit. Just like these libtards, they get away with bullshit, blocking down highways, but you can't do it. Why not? If they can do it, why can't I do it? If they can say black power or whatever, or trans pride, right? That's all they do is pride. Pride goes before the fall, by the way. Hijacking the rainbow. But what I'm trying to say, if they can do it, why can't she say, or someone else say white power? I don't walk around saying white power. I don't even get up and think about, oh, I'm white power. I don't get up and think about this. I get up and think about just the basics, just trying to get through my day. You gotta be some kind of damn jackass to get up and think about your skin all the time. Oh, I'm black power, I'm black this, black, worshiping your skin. Even the doctor of common sense talks about that. Quit worshiping your skin, damn it. I don't even think about this shit. But when it keeps coming before my face, like the woke agenda shit, like the friggin' Dylan Mulvaney's and all these confused gender community, woke agenda bullshit, New World Order demons constantly before my face, yeah, I'm going to address it. When I constantly see all this crime and shit committed by one certain section of the population that's only supposedly 13%, maybe 14%, and I see it year after year, yeah, I'm going to address it. It has to be addressed. Just like anything else like that. So it's not racist, it's not thisist or that's. It's being just factual and realistic. Hey, man, we got a problem in society. Y'all need to tighten it up. Anthony Brian Logan would tell you that. He's black. Candace Owens will tell you that. She black. I believe this woman was on this black man's podcast on YouTube, Jesse something. He agreed with her. I forgot, is Jesse, I can't remember his last name. The guy looks homeless. But he has a podcast and he's pretty damn popular. He had her on it. He agreed with her. There's a lot of black people that agree that there's a problem in their community. That's a fact. It's true. And when it becomes overwhelmingly obvious that a small section of the population is causing a bulk of the problem, and it's going on for this year, that year, people are going to get tired of it. It's time to address it. That's it. Tighten it up. Knock it the fuck off. Stop attacking people on trains and planes and automobiles and restaurants and knocking shit over because whatever, in a convenience store, just destroying the whole convenience store. Knock it the hell off. And these people need to be arrested when they're doing shit like that. But there's not a big man holding them down. That's fake news. Did the white man hold Oprah down or Barack Obama? What about Steve Harvey? He's the host of Family Feud. Richard Dawson was white. He used to be it. Richard Dawson was, or whoever. There's a black man hosting game shows. Never seen that when I was a kid. There's nobody holding you down except, I'm going to point at your bows. You. That's what's holding. Point at your big bows. Your bows. There's no one holding you down except you. That's right. Go look in the mirror. 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 Everybody, go look in the mirror. So I don't want to hear it. I'll leave you bonus footage right here. It's unbelievable. It really is ridiculous. And I'm sure someone's going to get butthurt. Some sheeple. It's time for a commercial break. Commercial break. It's time for.
A few years ago, I couldn't breathe. But then I started taking this. Comply. Now I breathe just fine. Side effects of Comply may include dizziness, obedience, improved breathing during police encounters, and sudden respect for authority. Do not resist while taking Comply. Ask your officer if Comply is right for you. A few years ago, I couldn't breathe.
Now, before I leave you with this, by all means, if you see tons of videos, not just one isolated instance, of tons, like we're seeing tons of videos of this group of people committing at least half of the crimes in Estados Unidos, United States. You see lots of white people doing this, not just one here or one there. That's no count, really. Then by all means, I would like to see that. I will address it. If you see Japanese, or just say Asians, acting a fool at Walmart and in restaurants here in the United States, in the streets, in the subway, and you're seeing it over and over again, I'm not seeing it. Maybe the New World Order is blocking that from me, my angle. I don't know. Try to pit each other against each other even more. I don't know. If we're seeing that, and I don't want to be AI either, but if you're seeing Asians and Asians attacking blacks and whites, show me it. I want to see it. From my angle, I'm not seeing any of that. All right? Because it ain't happening. It's not happening. By and large, Asians go to work. Overall, white people do. I'm not saying every single one, but I'm just saying. And there's a lot of blacks in this community that do go to work and are very productive. Not talking about any of those people. But what we're doing is addressing a so-called small segment of the population committing at least half the crimes. Everywhere you go. Restaurants, stores, convenience stores, gas stations, convenience stores, subways. It's got to stop. All this shit's got to stop. I don't care what walk of life you come from. I don't care what color you are. All this nonsense has got to stop. It really does. Walmart, you can see this. Where are the Asians? MMA Walmart fight, huh? Where are the Asians? Constant.
Hey, what's up?
Holla, whatever. Jesse Lee Peterson, that's his name. All right, and he on his podcast on YouTube, on YouTube, he agreed with her. All right, he's black, she's white, but he agreed with. There's a lot of black people that agree with this. They understand in the community, black community. They understand that there's a big problem with the homies and homettes, and this just got to stop. And I've addressed this before. I've incorporated this content. Excuse me, there. I've incorporated this content in my long videos that I used to do for a long time. I've even mentioned it here and there recently because it's not going away. The thing is, I never did, to my recollection, I never did a video solely about this. But seeing her channel, discovering it on YouTube, Lily Gaddis, and seeing her on Jesse Lee Peterson's channel, and he agrees with her, I was like, you know what? I just need to do a video about this because it's got to stop. You got elderly people, you got women, you got just people that want to be left alone being accosted, attacked, killed by this, a lot of, from this community that's only 13%, and it's got to stop. I don't give a damn. If it was, you know what, if it was white people, of course I'd address it. Of course I would. I don't like, I think everything, a white person is a thumbs up. There's a lot of white people that screwed me over. As a matter of fact, most people that in my life that have screwed me over happen to be white, or I don't think they were black at all, or not many that I've encountered to be. But that's neither here nor there. All right. If it was white wiggers overall causing problems, white trash, of course I would address it. Of course, and I don't like that either. White trash. I don't like trash in general. Doesn't matter what color you are. If you're a fine, upstanding person, you're doing the right thing. You're a productive citizen of society. Big thumbs up. No problem with you. But if you're a troublemaker, and it doesn't matter, again, what walk of life or what color you are, what creed or motto, whatever, doesn't matter. If you're a troublemaker, if you're unproductive, if you're scum, Houston, we have a problem. That's what I'm trying to say. So don't take my words out of context, because that's what the sheeple out there like to do, or these butthurt, weak as water jay-offs. That's what I got for you. I'm out. Oh, excuse me, my Canadian accent. I'm out. Be a weirdo out there. Don't be a troll. If you see a troll, say something. Stuff that ain't truth pipe and smoke it. Make way, because the current must flow. And if you listen to this, you are the resistance.
Sweet dreams.